यमुनातीरावनचारी विजयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यमुनातीरावनचारी विजयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी विजयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी प्रणाम संकीर्तन की श्री प्रभुपाद की जय श्री निताई गौरचंद्र भगवान की जय हरे कृष्ण. So this is we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9, verse number 10. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Krishnam cha tat prabhavadnya आसिनं जगदीश्वरं हृदिस्थं पूजयामास माययोपात्तविग्रहम् कृष्णं च तत्प्रभावज्ञ आसिनं जगदीश्वरम् हृदिस्थं पूजयामास माययोपात्तविग्रहम् कृष्णं च तत्प्रभावज्ञ आसिनं जगदीश्वरम् हृदिस्थं पूजयामास माययोपात्तविग्रहम्. प्रभावज्ञ आसीनं जगदीश्वरम् आसीनं जगदीश्वरम् हृदिस्थं पूजयामास हृदिस्थं पूजयामास माययोपात्तविग्रहम् कृष्णं च तत्प्रभावज्ञ कृष्णं च तत्प्रभावज्ञ आसीनं जगदीश्वरम् आसीनं जगदीश्वरम् हृदिस्थं पूजयामास हृदिस्थं पूजयामास माययोपात्तविग्रहम् माययोपात्तविग्रहम् कृष्णं च तत्प्रभावज्ञ कृष्णं च तत्प्रभावज्ञ आसीनं जगदीश्वरम् आसीनं जगदीश्वरम् हृदिस्थं पूजयामास हृदिस्थं पूजयामास माययोपात्तविग्रहम् माययोपात्तविग्रहम् कृष्णं च तत्प्रभावज्ञ आसीनं जगदीश्वरम् हृदिस्थं पूजयामास माययोपात्तविग्रहम् Mataji. Okay, what translation? Krishnam unto Lord Sri Krishna. Cha also. Tat of him. Prabhavajna, the knower of the glories. Bhishma. Asinam, sitting. Jagadishwaram, the Lord of the universe. Hridayastham, situated in the heart. Pujayama, asa, worshipped. Mayaya, by internal potency. Upatta, manifested. Vigraham, a form. Translation and purport by Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Sri Krishna is situated in everyone's heart. Yet he manifests his transcendental form by his internal potency. This very Lord was sitting before Bhishma Dev, and since Bhishma Dev knew of his glories, he worshipped him duly. Purport. The Lord's omnipotency is displayed by his simultaneous presence in every place. He is present always in his eternal abode Golok Vrindavan, and still he is present in everyone's heart and even within every invisible atom. When he manifests his eternal transcendental form in material world, he doth so by his internal potency. The external potency or the material energy has nothing to do with his eternal form. All these truths were known to Sri Bhishmadev, who worshipped him accordingly. Om Jnanantimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurum Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guroho Shriyuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Vitamsha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Miti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratuje Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे Hare Krishna. I seek blessings of all the devotees that whatever I may speak, let it be in parampara and also pleasing to all of you. Hare Krishna. So here, the nice wonderful series of Bhagavatam shlokas. Of course, Bhagavatam, every shloka is so amazing. And Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. And those who are the knowers of the drinkers, they keep keep relishing this amazing series of verses. And actually, I missed that part of Kunti Maharani's whole series. I was not here. And then now I'm back. So I'm hoping ahead to hear the prayers of Bhishmadev, the amazing prayers what he's going to offer. So now the series of verses leading us to the epic, the prayers of Bhishmadev. Actually, Mahabharata is having a big section of this Bhishma Parva, where a huge, so many shlokas after shlokas glorifying what all things Bhishmadev speaks to Yudhishthir Maharaj, Dharmaraj, speaking so many kinds of dharmas. But here, Bhagavatam covers that everything in few shlokas and then goes to the main part of his prayers, understanding, explaining, or showing how and who actually Bhishma Devi is. So here we are in that series going towards that. So today's shloka, just now Bhishma Dev received all the guests who came there, all Rishi Munis, Maharshis, Brahmarshis and all. And now, especially understanding Krishna, who is Krishna? He is not one of the ordinary person. He is the person. Eshavai Bhagavan Sakshat, Adyo Narayana Pumane. Ahead is going to tell that he is not ordinary person, but he is the very special personality. He is the one, the root cause of all causes. Yeah. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. So he is the one. So same in the purport, Prabhupada speaks three things, how Lord Krishna is omnipresent, he is everywhere. He second speaks, Lord, when he comes here in this material world, he comes under his internal potency, nothing to do with external potency. And third thing he is telling is the devotees, they are the one who knows this, the truth about the absolute truth. How when he comes here, he descends here, he comes in his internal potency and not in the external potency. Yes, Prabhupada is telling the very first point is Lord is there everywhere. He is there in the spiritual world also, he is there in the material world also. Especially is Vrindavanam Parityaja Padam Ekam Na Gacchati. But still he is there outside also. So how is that possible? Lord is there. We see like how he expands into Mahavishnu, then Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and then Kshirodakshay Vishnu. And with Kshirodakshay Vishnu, he is expanding into heart of every living entity. And in every atom, invisible atom, and in the space in between the atom. He is there everywhere. Still people ask, does God exist? So have you seen God? Or can you show me God? So this kind of people keep asking questions. But actual thing is, we need to ask, does that desire to see God exist in you? God is there everywhere. But do you have that eyes to see God? Do you have that qualification to see God? Yes. Actual question. One place like Prabhupada says, instead of asking, can I see God? You should ask the question, am I allowed to see God? Or do I have that qualification to see the God? Oh, there is need of qualification to see God? Yes. We need that qualification to see God. Just like Prabhupada gives the example of like a mechanic, a car mechanic. When he sees at a car and any other person sees that car, there is a lot of difference in seeing the car. Yes. Like one place, one person's car, while going from Pune to Bombay on the highway got stuck. He could not start. Almost for 3-4 hours, he was like stuck at that location. Could not do anything. That car was not starting only. And after a lot of struggle, he got some mechanic there. The mechanic saw and he opened engine and he saw the thing, and then he hit the engine at one particular location. And then he told, sir, you get in and start car. Then he sat inside and started the car. He got like very, very happy. From last 3, 4 hours, I was like stuck here, and this person helped me. Then I told, okay, how much I should pay? He told 1,000 rupees. How come 1,000 rupees? You just give one hit, and for that one hitting 1,000 rupees. Now you have to give me details. What all things you are charging here? He told, see, sir, actually for hitting, I'm charging only 50 rupees only. And 950 rupees I'm charging where to hit. Where to hit, and for that I'm charging 950 rupees. Yes. So when that mechanic is seeing car and that person, the driver is seeing car, is a lot of differences there. He has undergone this training. The mechanic has maybe done maybe a diploma or something, ITM, to see the car in a particular vision. He has undergone that training. He has undergone that pain. We say that there is no pain, no gain. He has uh, paid that charges of undergoing that pain or getting that knowledge to see a car. Yes. Lord Krishna reserves that right to whether to reveal somebody or not to reveal somebody. Yes. It is not that like I barge in my way inside spiritual life. Or like pashanapina pashyati. Even you may see, I saw, but what you saw? No, you did not see the way the car example is. So somebody like, even Shastras also, like they said that Vedesh Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakto. That personality is so difficult to get it out right from the Vedas is very easy for the devotees. Somebody may be knowing Bhagavad Gita right from first shloka to the last shloka. Everything from left to right, and everything he knows, maybe quoting any shloka, any number, everything he knows. But if you don't have faith, then he don't have access. This is just like Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, this is just like trying to test honey from outside only. No matter how much you lick that honey bottle, how you will get the taste of honey? Yes. So that is the case. Like once, what happened? One professional Bhagavatam reciter, he was giving Bhagavatam class, and a thief happened to pass by. And this Bhagavatam speaker was speaking on 10th canto, where Lord Krishna's childhood pastimes. There he was telling, here is Krishna with so many of jewelry, Mother Yashoda is putting on him. And then he goes to the forest to herding cows. When he thief heard this about a small boy with so much of jewelry and in forest, he felt, wow, amazing. Immediately took out a pen and diary and wrote it down the details. And then asked some more doubts to this person, this professional reciters. Oh, where I'll find this boy, how he looks like, and what all details he got it from that professional reciters. He noted down that so and so boy is there. His name is Krishna, and he is a Shamvarniya, and he has so much of jewelry on his body, and he goes to the forest called as Vrindavan, and there particular locations and all details he got. And now he headed towards Vrindavan, going towards Vrindavan. And on the way, he was with so much of anticipation and eagerness. And he was constantly remembering those details. Oh, there is a blue boy. And he's having jewelry in Vrindavan. And like that, he enters the Vrindavan with so much of anticipation, looking for this boy. And he sees, he sees that a small boy with a similar description and having jewelry on his body. And he approaches this boy. He felt better, I can first flatter him, first glorify him with my words, and then I can ask for jewelry. Then he says, oh, your name is so beautiful, Krishna, so attractive, and you are so beautiful also, so nice jewelry on your body. And like this, he was flattering that boy. And then towards the end said, would you like to share some of your ornaments with me? They are so nice. I also would like to have them. Then Krishna says, no, no, my mother will be very much angry if she doesn't see the jewelry on me. Oh, I can't give, I can't give. And then again, he was glorifying Krishna. And because he was like coming in contact, he came in contact with the Lord. He got purified. He got purified. And then towards the end, the Lord says, okay, take some ornaments. But now he is purified. He says, no, no, no. Actually, these ornaments, they look so beautiful on you only. You please have it. So by the association of Lord, he got purified. And he was so happy to get the darshan of Lord and do some service to the Lord. And after he, like, then he comes back to that same location where wanted to meet that same sadhu. And there to say thank you, expressing his gratitude to that person, that because of you I got to see amazing personality and I'm so happy. He comes back to this Bhagavatam reciter and says, I'm very grateful to you, I'm very thankful to you. And this Bhagavatam reciter, when he saw this Daku Bhagat, his name was, he becomes very fearful because he was knowing whatever description I gave, this was Krishna 5000 years back. Now where he will find? And whatever description I gave, he must have gone there, did not find, and now very angrily coming back and will surely beat me. He was kind of fearful. But here this Daku comes and says, oh, very thankful, very grateful to you. Because of you, I could get to see Krishna personally. And this person was not getting at all, like, what are you talking? Whatever I was reading, whatever I told, that was 5000 years back. What you'll find there now? So, no, I saw the same boy there with so much of jewelry on him. I talked with him, I did some service to him. But the Bhagavatam reciter, because he was professional Bhagavatam reciter, he was not having a faith, whatever he was reciting from Bhagavatam. He was reciting just for some sake of money or some other things. He was not having faith in that recitations of Bhagavatam. So that's how we see person. It is not just like anyone's cup of herbal tea to directly barge into such matters. Yes. So there is a qualification required. Yes. Similarly, we see in case of the gopis also. Gopis in the dead of the night, Lord Krishna played the flute, and they are so eager to go to the forest and meet the Lord there. So we hear the description, the way while decorating, and they are so anticipation and so much of eager to meet the Lord. They by mistake put the upper cloths below cloths upper, and putting that bindi also not properly, and they just ran to the forest. Yes, it is said that similarly devotees are also not after their showing off, impressing others. They are after Krishna, don't want to impress others. So here are the gopis. They are not looking for other things, but just to meet Krishna. Here is a call coming from Krishna. And then when the relatives, when they saw Krishna, these gopis running in the forest dead of the night, they tried to stop them, their father and brothers and other relatives. But they're so eager, they could not stop. And then some of the relatives could become successful to stop these gopis. But the gopis become so eager, so enthusiastic to go and meet and see Krishna there in the forest, that they left their body also. They left the body and went to meet Krishna. So that much the eagerness, they are looking forward to meet Krishna. Yes. Rupa Goswami, he gives one shloka also, describing how gopis, they are talking to each other. Like one gopi is telling, don't go to the bank of Yamuna, where there is a son of Nanda Maharaj, Govinda, standing there in Tribhanga form, playing on his flute. If you go there, then surely you lose all your kind of taste for your family life. If you have at least some intentions to enjoy your family, relatives, and friends around, then don't go to the bank of Yamuna. So like that, they're telling. So that much that eagerness is there. Yes. Same way we see in case of even Dhruva Maharaj also. Like in case of Dhruva Maharaj, when his mother told Suniti that if you really desire what you want, the kingdom greater than your grandfather, then you have to meet Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu can provide the love of thousands of mothers. How much I can give? So then with that eagerness, Dhruva Maharaj also leaves his home at the age of 5 and goes out to see or search out that Lord Vishnu in the forest. And with so much of eagerness he is going out, the Lord Vishnu only arranges, Yadrichaya. Lord Vishnu only arranges for Narad Muni to come and meet on the way to Dhruva. Then he gets, we hear that discussion, like how he meets Narad Muni, and Narad Muni gives the whole like procedure. How you can, of course, initially Narad Muni tested him. How was his determination? But later he says, okay, if you are so determined, go ahead. And here is a procedure. He gives the procedure. But like you see in case of Dhruva Maharaj also, how he was so eager, looking forward to see Lord Vishnu. Then he goes ahead and performs at all austerities, and within 6 months, he sees Lord Vishnu face to face. Seeing Lord Vishnu face to face, and here is like kind of being in touch with Lord, he completely get transformed. There we say, he says like, my senses were actually sleeping earlier. I was actually person when he is into ignorance or sleeping, he doesn't understand. But when he comes to awakening stage, he understands I was sleeping. Like many of the times in dreams it happens. Like I was chased by a tiger or maybe a dog, very ferocious dog. And person actually perspires also in the actual physical body. But when somebody else comes and wakes him up, when he comes to the awakening stage, then he understands, so I was sleeping. That was the case. So here in case of Dhruva Maharaj, he says similar words. And there he says then, Kachan vichinvan api divyaratnam, Swamin kuthartosmi varam nayache. I was looking for an broken pieces of glass, but now I got the diamond. So I don't want that part. Yes. So that's how we see. So Bhagavatam also 1.2.12 speaks about this. Tat Shraddha Dhana Muryo Jnana Vairagya Yuktaya Pashyanti Chatma Atmanam Bhaktya Shruta Gruhitaya. Yes. We have to, when person, the inquisitive, serious inquisitive person, when he engages into devotional service with the knowledge and detachment, then he can see the Lord. Pashyanti Chatma. Like the example for this we see in case of once one Vice Chancellor of Banaras University comes and meets Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and says, I have very important questions to ask to you. Please answer these questions. And in reply, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, actually I'm busy now. You go and ask these questions to our pujaris inside altar. Behind altar there is puja room. You go there and you can ask them questions. And there he says, but actually these are very important questions. You please answer this. I know you are the best scholar available now and I have very important questions. So no, you go and ask them. You go and ask them. Okay, then he goes in inside puja room. Then I saw the pujaris busy washing the vessels, paraphernalia of Lord. And when he approaches them, they say, please, can you help us in washing these pots, these vessels, paraphernalia of Lord? So now we can see this is a Vice Chancellor of Banaras University. And those days, like a very famous, very big personality. And then he also very humbly then takes out his coat, puts it around and rolls around his sleeves and get into washing pots and paraphernalia after like a couple of hours or so into it. And then after that washing, he now again was going back. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur sees him going back and he asks, Are, you had some questions in the morning? You got your answers? Yes, I got my answers. That is not just the intellectual thing, but that knowledge. With that knowledge, tat vidhi pradipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti jnanam jnanina tattva darshana. It is not just about the knowledge. We see in case of like new preaching also. Boys sometimes very enthusiastically ask questions after question, answers. But they are not eager to render some kind of service. Then some boys, they are visible only for some time in the forum. After some time, kaha jate pata nahi chalta. Yes. Simply that questions will not help us. But when we get the answers with that knowledge, we should engage into devotional service, pure devotional service. Then it is of some help. Yes. Tat Shraddha Dhana Munyo. Jnana Vairagya Yukta. With knowledge and detachment, we should engage into devotional service. Then it is possible. So, what is that qualification to see Krishna? What is that qualification to see Krishna? Yes, we see in case of like Bhagavatam 7th canto, there is a description, a discussion between Narad Muni and Yudhishthir Maharaj. So in that description, initially 7.1.31, where Narad Muni is telling Gopya Kamat Bhayat Kanso. And what is it? Dveshat Chedyadvaryo Nrupaha. So there he gives the examples of like how gopis, they saw Krishna how? Kamat, out of their so-called lust, you can say. That lust is not of material world. They saw Krishna. Then we see in case of Kansa. Kansa saw Krishna and attained Krishna in fear. And then Chediraj, the Shishupal, he attained Krishna and other similar, the kings, the envy. They were enemies of Krishna. And then gives the example, all of you, the Pandavas, out of your so much of affection. We see similar one, the Yadavas, the family, people of Lord. And we, the devotees, out of our devotion to Lord, they receive the mercy of Lord. But what about the Vena? Kansa was also a demon. Vena is also a demon. Kansa could attend the Lord. Why not Vena? There the purport Prabhupada explains because Vena was self-absorbed. He was not absorbed in Krishna. He was not having like other people. We saw the examples of gopis or Kansa or the other kings, similar kings or Yadavas or devotees. They have that repeated remembrance of Krishna. That's why they could attend the Krishna. But whereas this Vena, he was self-absorbed. Even though he was also demon like Kansa and others, but he was self-absorbed. He was not absorbed in Krishna. So that's how he could not attend Krishna. Yes. So we see this repeated remembrance, like we see in case of Bharat Maharaj. He had that repeated remembrance of deer. Then he became deer. Or we see in case of Puranjan. Puranjan became the lady, the women in the next life. Yes, this repeated remembrance. Similarly, if we also have that repeated remembrance of Lord, of course, we will not become Lord. We will not become the Lord. हम भगवान नहीं बन सकते और भगवान के बन सकते हैं. We will not become God, but we can become godly. Yes, we can become gods. Yes, gods apostrophe. Yes, yes, that's how the case is. But what is that which hampers or like stops us from that repeated remembrance of Lord? Yes, how many of us we desire? I should also get that repeated remembrance of Lord. Then what is that which stops us? What is that? So Bhagavatam explains there are the 5 kinds of ignorances. What are the 5 kinds of ignorances? Is avidya, raga, dvesha, abhiniveshan, asmita. Yes. Avidya. Avidya is the ignorance. Ignorance is, this is ignorance of knowledge. Knowledge of what is soul, what is body, the difference between soul and super soul. And then what is Maya, how Maya functions, how I can rise above the Maya, or who is Krishna, how I can approach the Lord. Like it is the very neophyte understanding that person says only 2 people exist, I and Lord. Nobody in between. But as he progresses in devotional service, understand, oh, actually in between one person is there, Guru. So I am there, Guru is there, and then Lord is there. But as he progresses ahead, he understands, actually in between me and Guru, there are so many other devotees are also there. Other person says, Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado. That is by pleasing him, I can please the Lord. What about the devotees around? No, Yasya prasadat, Guru prasadat, bhagavad prasado. I'm supposed to please the devotees around also. Yes. Avidya, then raga. Raga is the material attachments. Dvesha is material aversion. And then abhinivesh, the absorption, the material absorption. Yes. Person gets completely absorbed into this raga and dvesha. Likes, dislikes, likes, dislikes. I like this, I don't like this. I like this, I don't like this. Yes. Like just a day back, 2-3 days back here, there was a fight. The other side. And one person came out shouting on another person, तुझे देख लूंगा. तो समझता क्या? What do you think of me? I'll show you. You just come out and I'll fight and I'll beat you, and you go to police or you go to any person, I'll beat you down, and so much of yours. So you see, like a kind of consciousness is completely clouded. The consciousness is completely clouded by avidya. Not able to understand only who am I, and what I'm supposed to do, what is the aim of life, how rare is this human form of life. Consciousness is completely clouded. Similar when it happens sometimes in chanting also. Sometimes, most of the times, it happens in chanting. Consciousness is completely clouded with asmita. Asmita is false ego. False ego is upadhi. Upadhi. I may be a counselor, or maybe a mentor. I may be so many other upadhis. Upadhi मतलब ऊपर से लिया हुआ टेंशन. अपना है नहीं वो. पर ऊपर से आया हुआ है. So because of this, lot of then related activities come. I am this, I may be so and so in charge, so and so HOD, I'm supposed to do this, ऐसा करेंगे, वैसा करेंगे, and consciousness completely clouded with these things. Yes, and then there's Vaishnu song also. Keno Hare Krishna Nam Hari Bole. Very amazing. No? It says, Pakhi, you are able to chant, or you'll be able to speak out so many words throughout the day. But when it comes to chanting Hare Krishna, what happens to you? Why can't you chant Hare Krishna? That Hare Krishna doesn't come out of mouth, or it comes from here but doesn't reach. In between gets hijacked. Where it goes, because of this asmita part, the asmita, that upadhi part. Yes. Then how to break through this avidya part. And I can hear this, my chanting. Like 7-8 years back in Vrindavan, we were in Kartik Yatra. There one devotee was asking to another devotee, Prabhu, from last 3-4 days we were roaming around in Vrindavan, so many other forests. Now today we are in Kokilavan. So did you hear the flute of Krishna? One devotee is asking to another devotee. Another devotee replied very nicely, Prabhu, if I can hear my own chanting in the morning, I'll consider success of my life. What to speak of hearing the flute of Krishna. So that's the part. Then how I can break through this? Yes, avidya part. So it is said that that jnana, knowledge is very much important. Knowledge is important. Then we can remove this ignorance part. That knowledge is important. But that knowledge from where I can get? From the Shastras. But from where I can develop a rati in reading the Shastras? Whenever I sit with my Bhagavatam, either I get clearing call, or I get a sleeping call, or I get WhatsApp call, or WhatsApp message. How I can develop rati for reading Bhagavatam? So for that, important is Shushrusho Shaddadhanasya Vasudeva Katharochi Sat Mahat Sevaya Vipra. So serving this Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahur Muktes. The way Narada boy served the Bhakti Vedantist. By serving them, he got this rati in reading and hearing Krishna Katha. So this Mahat Seva is very much important, yes. But where to find Mahat? Where to find Mahats? When that pure devotees will come, I'll serve them. No, serve the devotees around. Whenever the great souls come, we serve them also. But till that time, I serve the devotees around. I please them. Yes, I sit around with them. I try to please them. And that way I can please my spiritual master and please Lord also. Yes. So serving these devotees. Yes. Serving these devotees, by that I can develop this taste in reading Bhagavatam and relishing Krishna Katha. So that's how the thing is. Even Rupa Goswami also says, Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Rati. What is that? Second line is Tatra Lav, that is third line. Tatra Lavlyam Api Eka Mulyam. Janma Kotir Sukriti Nalabhyate. So they're also saying, like Prabhupada got this Krishna consciousness, Krishna Bhavnamrit. This is a word from here. Krishna Rasa Bhavita Mati. So where Rupa Goswami is telling, if you get this Krishna consciousness somewhere, we should immediately try to purchase. We have to purchase this Krishna consciousness. But how to purchase this? What is the price? Price is laulyam. That's the greed. Greed to that eagerness to attain Krishna. But before that attaining Krishna comes, that greed to associate with devotees also has to come. Yes. It is said that to watering the root, and root is the Krishna. But watering the root doesn't mean we take out the plant, water the root, again put the plant behind. No, when we want to water the roots, we water the sand around the root. Yes. So that sand is the devotees, root is the Krishna, and sand is the devotees. So devotees are sitting at the lotus feet of Krishna. Then we serve these devotees who are sitting at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So before attaining that greed for Krishna, that greed to associate with devotees has to come. That eagerness to be with the devotees and serve the devotees, that has to come. When we are with the devotees, then eventually that greed for the Lord also will come. So that's what we discussed, the very point. Art of seeing Krishna is. First point I spoke about the qualification. Is there any qualification required? Yes, qualification is required. Then I give the example of car, seeing the car. What is that qualification required to see the Lord? Is that greed, intense greed, intensity. And then how to get that greed? It is said that enthusiasm is directly proportional with the knowledge. If person knows to go into like US, I will enjoy there, and for that going to US, I have to do GRE, then he'll be enthusiastic to study GRE exams and then get there. So if that knowledge is there, then enthusiasm will be there. So similarly, enthusiasm, that greed, if we need to want to have that greed in attaining Lord, then we need to have that knowledge. But how to get that knowledge? How to develop eagerness to get that knowledge? Is by serving the devotees. Yes. So then serve devotees and then get the eagerness to hear the knowledge, Krishna Katha. We get the knowledge, we get the enthusiasm, our eagerness to attain the Lord. And that's how that we attain the Lord. Hare Krishna. So last 35 seconds. Any questions? So all of you have already greed for the Lord and you are in association of devotees. So kindly bless me also and pray for me that I may also develop this eagerness to associate with the devotees and develop this greed to read Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.